Good evening, everyone. Warm welcome to Super Coaching Regulatory Bodies YouTube channel by Textbook. मेरा नाम है माधव अरोड़ा. I welcome you all in a very important session. We call it as weekly RBI updates. Now the question is, so what is the meaning of weekly RBI updates? Weekly RBI updates basically means a session in which we discuss all the important current affairs related to RBI, or I would say all the news related to RBI in the past 1 week. So whatever news were there in the newspapers on different news channels related to RBI are covered in this session. Along with that, we cover the RBI website, which include the RBI latest notifications, RBI circulars, RBI press release, as well as the speeches of RBI officials. Along with that, we include the questions as well as the news related to your RBI bulletin. So this is a one-stop solution for you if you're preparing for RBI Grade B examination or any other exam, and if you are finding news, or I would say the current affairs related to RBI, then Wednesday 6 p.m. Regulatory Bodies YouTube channel of Textbook is your set destination. So let's begin the discussion, but before I start the discussion, I would request you all quickly copy the link of this session, share it with your friends. I'm also doing the same. So let's collectively copy the link of this session. You and me simultaneously, we will be copying the link of this session, sharing it with our friends, so that more and more students, they are able to, or I would say they will join this particular session once they are aware that yes, the session is live. So before we start the discussion, if you have any doubt related to your RBI Grade B preparation, if you are thoughtful, if you are still thinking that what is the importance of this particular session with respect to your upcoming examination, you are free to ask your doubt in the comment section below, and I will be taking all your doubts to help you guys so that you can understand what is the importance of this particular session. So let's begin the discussion, guys, without any further delay. Good evening, Anurani. Don't worry. What you can do is, if you are a student of Lakshya batch, you have an option that is one-to-one mentorship. So you can book a slot, connect with one of the mentor, either with me or with any other teacher, and try to understand, I would say in one-to-one interaction, that how you should prepare for current affairs related to your upcoming examination. Is it fine, Anu? So you are Lakshya batch student. That means you are one for which the Lakshya batch has been designed, and this feature of Lakshya batch where we help our students to connect with the mentors is really very important. You can connect with us in that particular feature itself, book a slot, and then in the near future you can ask all your doubts related to your preparation. Is it fine, guys? Is it fine? So let's begin the discussion, but before I start the discussion, I have an important update. The update is, at 6 p.m. on Wednesday is not the only session which you need to follow. 6 p.m. entire slot, or I would say 6 p.m. slot for the entire week is really very important, because in this particular slot, what you are going to get in this particular slot, you are going to get many new things. Let's discuss about those things. First of all, on Monday, you get the PIB analysis. That means the weekly news related to PIB. Then we have finance on Tuesday, and today, that's Wednesday, we have RBI updates. Then tomorrow we have the government schemes, then ESI, current affairs, as well as lastly we have important reports and indices. So let's begin the discussion, guys. If you all are ready and you want me to start with the discussion, just give me yes sir, so that we can begin the discussion without any further delay. Just reply in the comment section, are we good to go, so that we can begin the discussion without any further delay. Here we go with the first news of the day, and this news is really very important. The news talks about FPI and FDI. What is the news? So the news says RBI issues new framework for reclassification of FPI to FDI. FPI to FDI, reclassification of what? So reclassification of FPI to FDI. But before you understand what is this reclassification, why it has been introduced, what is going to be the change in the economy as well as the categorization of these organizations, firstly, we need to understand what is FPI or what is FDI. So let's begin the discussion. I would start my discussion with the term why this is in news. So recently, Reserve Bank of India has issued the guidelines related to foreign portfolio investors intending to reclassify their investment in Indian companies as foreign direct investment if their holding exceeds a specific threshold. So obviously this is something which you are not able to understand right now. So let's start this news from the beginning itself. Please pay attention on the screen, guys. How many of you are aware of this term, that is FPI and FDI? How many of you already know what is FPI and FDI? Whenever we use this word FPI and FDI, you must remember FPI stands for foreign portfolio investment. Foreign portfolio investment. And if I talk about FDI, it stands for foreign direct investment. Now the question over here is, so what is a difference between the two? See, the difference between the two is foreign portfolio investment is an investment which is done through share market, which is done either, I would use a word through share market, which is done either through share market or it is done either through share market, and even there could be a context that foreign portfolio investment can be done as an investor who is only interested in foreign instruments, or I would say financial instruments. The question is, so what you are trying to say? Please help us to understand. So foreign portfolio investment basically means a type of investment where a foreign entity wants to invest in India, and they are investing in the Indian companies through the Indian stock markets, or they are investing in the Indian companies with the context of financial instrument, which means if a foreign entity is investing in India or it is investing in a Indian company, but the investment is basically a kind of investment which is looking forward to increase their financial instrument. Looking forward to increase their financial instrument means they are investing to acquire the equity, but this acquiring of equity is not done in order to, I would say, get involved in the day-to-day operations of the company. Rather, this equity investment is basically done in order to enjoy the valuation in the near future. But on the other side, what is foreign direct investment? So foreign direct investment, foreign direct investment basically means when a foreign entity invests in Indian company, or a foreign entity itself set up a company in India. Either it is investing in Indian company, and the investment which is done in Indian company, it is not only done कि भैया पैसा दे दिया और जब future में profit आएगा हमें future में profit दे देना, but it is basically investing in Indian company and getting actively involved in management. As well as administration, that is basically termed as FDI. So FDI में या तो investment की जा रही है in an Indian company, or I would say there could be a case that a new company is set up. अब new company जो set up की गई है, that can be set up by the foreign entity individually, or it can be set up under a tie-up with with an Indian investor. I'll give you an example. BMW invested in India and they have started their sales unit in India. They have started their manufacturing unit in India. This means the investment is done not only to earn profit, rather to initiate business, get involved in the market, get practically into the day-to-day operations of manufacturing, sale and services. That is known as FDI. Similarly, Suzuki invested in India. Rather than setting up a new company, they invested in Maruti and they set up Maruti Suzuki. But they're doing the same thing. They are into the manufacturing. They are involved in day-to-day operations, day-to-day management, as well as their target is to earn profit after selling the goods, after providing the services. Now just think, BMW has purchased the shares of Infosys, which means BMW has invested in an Indian company, but BMW is not involved in the day-to-day operations of Infosys. BMW has nothing to do with the management. It has just invested to earn profit. कि भैया आज शेयर 100 रुपए का है, खरीद लो, कल को 200 का होगा, बेच कर निकल जाएंगे. So that investment which is done directly in the financial instrument with the sole motive of earning the profit through the valuation of financial instrument is known as what? Portfolio investment. But if you are investing directly in the company where you will be involving in management, administration, and you will look forward to earn profit, that is known as foreign direct investment. But sir, ab baatein kitni bhi karo, so whatever you talk, the context is if an investment in a company or if the investment in an Indian company is done by a foreign entity, it is known as foreign investment. Now tell me, how can I justify or how can I judge whether it is FDI or FPI? So I have an answer for you. The answer for this particular question is, so let's say there is an Indian company. Please pay attention, guys. Let's say there is an Indian company and this particular Indian company is operating, let's say it's an IT company which is doing pretty well in India. Now, one of the foreign entity invested in this Indian company, not from the share market or not into the share market, because this company is not yet listed. It is a private limited company. So through private issue, so through the format of private issue, the shares has been issued to this foreign entity. Similarly, there is one more foreign entity. It has also invested in the same company. Again, this investment is done later on once the company was declared public, and now the company has been declared public. The shares are available in the market. So shares have been purchased from the market. I'm talking about, let's take an example. Let's remove this term IT company. Let's take an example which is in news. Let's say I'm talking about Swiggy. तो भैया जब स्विगी बनाया गया था उस समय जो फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स ने इन्वेस्टमेंट की, दैट इज FE1. अब स्विगी क्या हो गया सर? इट हैज वेंट पब्लिक. इसके जो शेयर्स इट हैज बीन इशूड ओपनली टू द पब्लिक. यू एंड मी, एवरीवन कैन परचेज द शेयर्स इफ दीज शेयर्स आर अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट एंड अ फॉरेन एंटिटी इज नाउ परचेजिंग द शेयर्स. दैट in both the cases what we'll call, sir, we will call it as foreign investment. But the question is, sir, FPI और FDI को कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करें? Now you must be thinking कि सर ये जो फॉरेन एंटिटी है, it has invested in Swiggy जब स्विगी स्टार्ट हुआ था, और स्विगी को जब स्टार्ट किया गया उस समय फॉरेन एंटिटी इन्वेस्टेड इन स्विगी. तो this entity is basically involved in management, it is basically involved in administration, so it will be termed as foreign direct investment. That is not the case. It depends on the equity. So if investment is done, let's say investment was done up to 10%, which means if you are investing in a company that is Indian company and your investment is up to 10%, then you will fall under the category of foreign portfolio investment. And if your investment is greater than 10% in a particular company, अगर किसी फॉरेन एंटिटी का इन्वेस्टमेंट किसी इंडियन कंपनी में 10% से ज्यादा होगा, विल कॉल दैट फॉरेन एंटिटी एज फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टर. समझ आई ये बात? इज इट क्लियर? टाइमिंग इज नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. प्रैक्टिकली जो मैंने बातें की, द मैनेजमेंट, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, प्रॉफिट अर्निंग फॉर्मेट्स, they are important, but this much information is not available to you, and this much information is not even shared on daily basis or regular basis. What they only share is इस कंपनी में इतने परसेंट का इक्विटी है, इतने परसेंट का शेयर है. So if a foreign company or a foreign investor or a foreign entity, whichever company, individual, or firm, I don't care, if it has shareholding in a company more than 10%, then the foreign investor will be termed as foreign direct investor. Otherwise, it will be termed as foreign portfolio investor. समझ आई बात? क्लियर हुई बात? अगर क्लियर हुआ हो तो just give me yes sir. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Do give me yes sir quickly in the comment section. If it is clear till this point, do reply quickly, everyone, those who are live. Don't sit like this. Yes, it is fixed, Anurani. It is fixed. 10% is fixed. इससे ज़्यादा होगा तो you will be termed as foreign direct investor. इससे कम होगा you will be termed as foreign portfolio investor. Is it clear? What about others, guys? So many students are live. What about others? Please type yes sir in the comment section if it is clear. Please type yes sir in the comment section, guys, if it is clear. Otherwise, it is wastage of time if you are attending the session but not replying in the comment section. Then what is the use of attending a live session? You must interact with your teacher. That is really very important. Chalo, your wish. Let's move ahead. Now, moving on to the next point. The next point is again really very important. The point is, so whenever we talk about foreign direct investment, we classify the foreign direct investment, FDI, into different categories. The first category in which we differentiate foreign direct investment is the first one, we call it as green FDI, and second one, we call it as brown FDI. Now, if someone asks you what is green FDI and what is brown FDI, it's very easy to answer. What does it basically mean? So green FDI basically means don't link green with environment. I warn you, because we generally, these days especially, we are linking green term with environment, with sustainable development, with climate change context. It is not the case. Green FDI basically means, green FDI, from green, just remember fresh. From green, just remember fresh. And from brown FDI, you just remember a Hindi term I'm using, basi. Basi basically means stale food. We use this term कि खाना पुराना हो चुका है, बासी हो चुका है. So B for brown. Now what is the meaning? Sir, green FDI basically means when a foreign entity set up a unit or set up a company from scratch. Set up a company from scratch. कि भैया अगर जीरो से कंपनी को सेटअप किया गया, मतलब सबसे पहले लैंड खरीदा. आफ्टर परचेजिंग द लैंड, कंस्ट्रक्शन वाज डन. कंस्ट्रक्शन के बाद मशीनरी इंस्टॉल की गई, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग स्टार्ट हुआ तो सेल्स यूनिट सेटअप किए गए, तो सर्विस यूनिट सेटअप किए गए. तो ये सारा जो प्रोसीजर है, अगर उसे जीरो से स्टार्ट करके परफॉर्म किया जाता है, देन वी कॉल इट एज ग्रीन एफडीआई. But what is brown FDI? So brown FDI basically means when a foreign entity invest in already existing company. तो कंपनी which is already existing in the country, उसमें आकर आपने इन्वेस्ट किया, फिर उस कंपनी को आपने बड़ा किया. That is something different, but that kind of investment is known as what? That is known as brown FDI. Now, if someone asks you what is better, FDI or FPI, so obviously, so they both have their own importance, but to choose one over the other, I would say FDI is preferable in comparison to FPI. The reason is, so FPI is kind of a short-term investment. Rather than using a word short-term, I must use a word volatile in nature. Volatile means today you are investing because you are feeling that Indian market is going to grow. And if in the near future you witness that the Indian market may fall in the near future, you exit from Indian market by selling out your shares pretty easily. So here the volatility is pretty high. First point. But this is, I'll not say permanent, but it is still stable. It is still stable and long term. Secondly, sir, FDI results in setting up of new companies, or I would say new manufacturing units, which results in increase in GDP of the country. It results in increase in technological development of the country. Along with that, it results in employment opportunities in the country. So these are the benefits of FDI in comparison to FPI. Now, if someone asks you, out of the two FDIs, brown FDI or green FDI, what is better? So obviously they both are important at their own place, but if you choose one, then I would say you can say that green FDI can be preferred over brown FDI. Reason behind, so here the unit is already existing. Here a new unit will be set up. New unit setup means everything is going to be new. New means new technology will be introduced in the country. Otherwise, in brown FDI, they will try to upgrade the existing technology rather than introducing the new technology from zero level. So technology growth rate is much higher in case of green FDI. It results in high employment opportunities. It results in high increase in GDP of the country. So it has all the benefits which we have mentioned, but green FDI has these benefits more in comparison to brown FDI. So this is what you need to remember. If anyone asks you this question, you can answer this pretty well. And this question can be asked in the form of, I would say, essay writing as well. For that particular matter also, this is important. Got it, guys? Is it clear? Shall I move ahead? Now, let's talk about the news. I'll come back to the point from where I started. So first one, what is foreign portfolio investment? Sir, FPI is when investor from a foreign country invest in country's financial market or asset for short term. The way I said, FPI is basically volatile in nature because it is short term. Secondly, you invest not in a company, rather you invest in the financial instruments or the financial assets of the company. You are just interested in company's equity share value. The moment the value increases, you exit in order to earn profit. It does not give investor direct ownership of a company's asset and includes securities and financial assets held by investors in another country. So this is clear. Now, whenever we talk about foreign portfolio investment, in this we need to understand securities, which include stocks of the companies in nation other than investors' nation. Financial asset means I'm talking about the bonds or other I would say instruments which are introduced by the companies, foreign governments, mutual fund companies, or the exchange traded funds which are available overseas. Remember that this is very important. FPI is relatively liquid depending on market volatility, and it is a part of country's capital account and shown on its balance sheet. This is very, very, very important. What does it say? It says that foreign portfolio investment, it is liquid in nature or it has high liquidity. What is high liquidity? It means you can liquidate this asset whenever required. It's very easy to sell out the shares which you have purchased. Second point is, sir, it is included on the capital account. I hope you understand this point. Whenever we talk about a company's account, or I would say company's foreign transactions are accounted in two accounts. One is capital account and the other one is current account. Now the question is, so what is the difference? So the difference is what type of transaction you are going to account in the different accounts. So first one, if there is a transaction which results in flow of foreign currency, and along with flow of foreign currency, there is an impact on asset or liability will be added under capital account. Don't worry, I'll answer this question. For example, if foreign investment is done, foreign investment basically means incoming foreign currency. So if it is a transaction related to foreign currency, it will either come under capital or current account. Now, if it is incoming foreign currency, which means the funds are coming in, but against what? Sir, against your country's asset. So if a foreign investor is purchasing the shares of an Indian company, that means the asset of India, or I would say the Indian asset, is now owned by foreign investor. So as a whole, our asset decreases against incoming foreign currency. So it will be the part of what? Sir, it will be the part of capital account. But on the other side, if I talk about imports or exports, on the other side, if I talk about imports or exports, basically means if India is selling a product outside the country, if India is selling a product outside the country, then also India will receive foreign currency. And if we are receiving foreign currency, we have incoming foreign currency, it should be either capital or current account. But what you are doing is you are selling the product, and against the sale, you are receiving the funds. So there is no decrease in the overall asset value. So if there is no decrease or impact on the overall asset value, that will be the part of current account. So in current account, we have import export. In current account, we have remittances. In current account, we have grants given by the foreign nations to the country. But on the other side, if I talk about capital account, it includes loan borrowed. It includes loan borrowed as well as it includes foreign investment done by foreign institutes in India as well as by Indian institutes outside India. In both the cases, we include this in this category. Got it, guys? Is it clear? Yes. That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. अनुरानी, कौन सा पॉइंट समझ नहीं आया? कौन सा पॉइंट हिंदी में रिपीट करूं, एक बार बता दीजिए. Is it clear to all? बाकी सबको क्लियर है ये पॉइंट? Is it clear to rest all? बाकी सबको क्लियर है ये पॉइंट? Please reply in the comment section. Please reply in the comment section. अनुरानी, आप बता दीजिए कौन सा पॉइंट रिपीट करना. I'll repeat it for sure. चलो, let's move on to the next point. So foreign portfolio investment, we have discussed. The next point is foreign direct investment. So foreign direct investment is the investment in the form of controlling ownership in a business in one country by an entity based in another country. Remember that FDI are commonly made in open economies like India that have skilled workforce or cheap workforce, or I would say ample of workforce. These are the countries which enjoy, or these are the countries which I would say witness high FDI. अगर मैं इंडिया की बात करूं तो इंडिया इज अ नेशन जहां पर पॉपुलेशन बहुत ज्यादा है और उसके साथ साथ लेबर बहुत ज्यादा है, लेबर स्किल्ड भी बहुत ज्यादा है, और लेबर अगर अवेलेबल बहुत ज्यादा है, सप्लाई ज्यादा है, तो ऑब्वियसली प्राइसेस क्या होंगे? कम होंगे. अब अगर प्राइसेस कम है, प्राइसेस मतलब कम मतलब वेजेस कम, लेबर चीप है, तो उस केस में फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट भी क्या होगी? इंक्रीज होगी. सो वन ऑफ द रीजन कि why foreign investment increases in developing countries like India, so the reason is foreign investment increases in India in order to enjoy high skilled labor at low prices which is available in the country. It usually involves the participation of management. तो यहाँ पर company it involve itself in management. कंपनी अपने जो एक्सपर्टीज है वो शेयर करेगी. कंपनी विल शेयर इट्स एक्सपर्टीज, and if company is sharing its expertise, obviously it is going to help the nation to grow. Obviously इससे क्या होगा? ओवरऑल जो आपकी नेशन का ग्रोथ है वो ज्यादा होगा. अगला पॉइंट है, अगर मैं एफडीआई की बात करूं तो एफडीआई में क्या क्या इंक्लूडेड है? हो सकता है कि कोई कंपनी के साथ मारुति में सुजुकी ने आकर क्या कर लिया? मर्जर कर लिया, या फिर किसी फॉरेन कंपनी ने इंडियन कंपनी को ओवरटेक कर लिया, या फिर एक नई कंपनी बिल्कुल नए सिरे से बनाई जाए बाय द फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स. दे ऑल आर इंक्लूडेड इन द कैटेगरी ऑफ फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट. इज इट क्लियर एवरीवन? समझ आ गया? यहां तक समझ आ गया? अनु, ठीक है, जो मिस हो गया ऑब्वियसली इट्स टफ फॉर मी टू रिपीट द एंटायर पार्ट, लेकिन नाउ आई एम यूजिंग बोथ द लैंग्वेजेस, हिंदी एज वेल एज इंग्लिश. आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग कि आपको समझ आ रहा होगा. एफडीआई एफपीआई का जो बेस था वो मैंने आपको समझा दिया था. कुछ पॉइंट्स हैं जो मैंने स्क्रीन पर जो लिखे थे वो बस डिस्कस किए. आप एक बार चेक कर लीजिएगा पीडीएफ में. कोई डाउट होगा तो आप नेक्स्ट क्लास में पूछ लीजिएगा. चलिए, अगर हम बात करते हैं एफपी और एफडीआई के डिफरेंस की, तो जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया, इन्हें डिस्टिंग्विश किया जाता है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ नोशन ऑफ डायरेक्ट कंट्रोल, क्योंकि एफपीआई को कोई डायरेक्ट कंट्रोल नहीं दिया जाता, लेकिन एफडीआई डायरेक्टली कंट्रोल लेता है बिजनेस पर, डायरेक्टली कंट्रोल लेता है बिजनेस पर. ऑब्वियसली, है ना? ये पार्ट तो हमने डिस्कस किया ही था. ऑब्वियसली ये पार्ट तो हमने लास्ट क्लास में अभी डिस्कशन में डिस्कस किया था. लेकिन 2014 में In 2014, Government of India constituted, ये very important point है, the point is Arvind Mayaram Committee. So if someone asks you Arvind Mayaram Committee किससे related थी? Sir, Arvind Mayaram Committee was constituted by Government of India, which was related to what? Sir, it was related to foreign investment. तो ये जो कमेटी थी, it has approved and on the basis of its recommendation approval किया गया, that is the rationalization or I would say the definition of FDI as well as FPI. और वो डेफिनेशन क्या है, जैसा कि मैंने आपको पहले बताया था, रिकमेंडेशंस पर बात करते हैं। इस कमेटी की सबसे पहली रिकमेंडेशन थी कमेटी की, एन इंटीग्रेटेड डेफिनेशन ऑफ एफपीआई व्हिच मींस इन्वेस्टर क्लासेस व्हिच आर करंटली रेगुलेटेड, चाहे फिर वो फॉरेन इंस्टीट्यूशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट है या फिर क्वालिफाइड फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट है, दे ऑल आर इंक्लूडेड इन द कैटेगरी ऑफ फॉरेन पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टमेंट। ये पहला था। दूसरा, what constitute FD and FPS? A direct investment, exclude investment that results in an investor controlling less than 10% of the shares will be termed as FPI. तो यहां पे बिल्कुल क्लियरली बोल दिया कि सर अगर आपकी शेयर होल्डिंग किसी कंपनी में 10% से कम है तो FPI, अगर आपकी शेयर होल्डिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट किसी कंपनी में 10% से ज्यादा है और आप कौन है, आप एक फॉरेन एंटिटी है, तो आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट को क्या कहा जाएगा, दैट विल बी termed as either FPI or FDI depending upon the rules. So as per the Foreign Exchange Management Rules 2019, FPI investment in Indian companies must remain below 10% of the total paid up equity capital of a fully diluted basis. तो जो कंपनी का टोटल पेड अप इक्विटी कैपिटल है उसका 10% या उससे कम FPI. If an FPI breaches its limit, अगर FPI की लिमिट ब्रीच हो जाती है, मतलब 10% से ज्यादा हो जाती है, तो उसमें क्या होगा, दे मस्ट ईदर डिसइन्वेस्ट, भैया या तो अपने शेयर्स कम कर लो, इफ यू आर नॉट इन अ पोजीशन टू डिक्रीज योर शेयर्स देन यू नीड टू रिक्लासिफाई द एक्सेस होल्डिंग्स एज FDI विद इन 5 ट्रेडिंग डेज आफ्टर द ट्रेड सेटलमेंट इज डन। ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि एक कंपनी है सर X, उसके पहले 9% शेयर थे इन कंपनी वाई, ये यूएस की कंपनी है और ये इंडिया की कंपनी, ठीक है ना। एक्स कंपनी ने और इन्वेस्टमेंट की, वाई के शेयर्स खरीदे और ये शेयर्स खरीद कर टोटल हो गए 11%। अब भैया अभी तक तो यू वर FPI, नाउ या तो इसे 1% कम कर लो सो दैट वी कैन कीप यू इन द कैटेगरी ऑफ FPI। अगर 11% है तो भैया इसका इंफॉर्मेशन T+5, अगर आज S+5 कर लेते हैं। अगर आज आपका सेटलमेंट हुआ है, मतलब आज आपके जो शेयर्स हैं वो आपको मिले हैं, तो विद इन 5 ट्रेडिंग डेज आफ्टर द सेटलमेंट, तो आपकी सेटलमेंट के अगले 5 दिन के अंदर अंदर आपको इंफॉर्म करना होगा गवर्नमेंट को और यू विल गेट अ टैग ऑफ व्हाट। सर अब FPI से आपको जो टैग मिलेगा वो किसका मिलेगा, आपको FDI का टैग मिल जाएगा। तो यहां पर टू रिक्लासिफाई, अब यहां पर पॉइंट आता है कि गाइडलाइंस क्या आई हैं, जिसके लिए पूरी न्यूज, जिसके लिए मैं पिछले 15-20 मिनट से आपके साथ डिस्कशन कर रहा हूं, सुनना जरा। अप्रूवल रिक्वायरमेंट्स फॉर रिक्लासिफिकेशन। सो टू रिक्लासिफाई FPI होल्डिंग एज FDI, द कंसर्न्ड इन्वेस्टर मस्ट ऑब्टेन नेसेसरी अप्रोचेस फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट, नेसेसरी अप्रूवल्स फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट। पहला क्या, दिस इंक्लूड्स कंप्लायंस विद गाइडलाइंस पर्टिकुलरली फॉर इन्वेस्टमेंट from countries sharing land borders with India। तो अगर आप इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हैं किसी ऐसी कंट्री से जैसे कि नेपाल है, चाइना है, जिसके साथ इंडिया का बॉर्डर शेयरिंग है, तो उस केस में जो भी गवर्नमेंट के रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस है, कंप्लायंसेस है, उन्हें आपको फॉलो करना होगा। सेकेंडली द एक्वाजिशन का मतलब अगर आप किसी कंपनी को एक्वायर कर रहे हैं तो उस केस में, अगर आप किसी कंपनी को एक्वायर कर रहे हैं तो उस केस में आपको वो सेट ऑफ रूल्स फॉलो करने होंगे विच इज मेंट फॉर FDI, विच इंक्लूड एंटरिंग रूट क्या होगा, सेक्टोरल कैपिंग क्या है और उसके साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिट क्या है। FPI को इसके साथ साथ एक और इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट आया, वो क्या, FPIs आर ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्ड टू सिक्योर कंसेंट फ्रॉम द इन्वेस्टिंग कंपनी टू इंश्योर एडहेरेंस टू सेक्टोरल कैप्स एंड FDI प्रोहिबिशंस। तो FPI को रिक्वायर है कि कंसेंट लेना होगा किससे, फ्रॉम दी इन्वेस्टिंग कंपनी, जिस कंपनी में उन्होंने इन्वेस्ट किया, ताकि इन्वेस्टिंग कंपनी को भी पता हो कि जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है वो FPI के लिमिट से ज्यादा हो चुकी है, और अगर FPI की लिमिट से ज्यादा होकर अगर वो फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट की लिमिट से भी ज्यादा हो जाए तो उस केस में भी कंसेंट लेना जरूरी है। Compliance enables the investing company to verify that reclassified investment aligns with sectoral restrictions and approvals. तो अगर ऐसा होगा तो जो इन्वेस्टिंग कंपनी है आपने उसको इन्फॉर्म किया, इन्वेस्टिंग कंपनी चेक करेगी विद द गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज और गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज को फुलफिल करने के बाद ही उस एंटायर इन्वेस्टमेंट को वैलिड माना जाएगा एज पर द रूल्स विच आर डिफाइंड. नाउ इन केस ऑफ सेक्टोरल, मैं ये बार बार क्या बात कर रहा हूं, सेक्टोरल इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिट्स. जैसा कि आपको पता होगा डिफेंस में इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिट कितनी 100%. ये पहले 100% नहीं थी, इट वाज प्रीटी लो. इंश्योरेंस में इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिट पहले 49% थी, फिर इंक्रीज की गई. तो ये जो लिमिट है इसका मतलब एक कंपनी में फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर का कितना परसेंट शेयर होल्डिंग हो सकता है, दैट इज व्हाट इज नोन एज सेक्टोरल लिमिट बिकॉज इट इज डिफरेंट फॉर डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स. अगला पॉइंट क्या है? So sectoral restrictions में in cases where the reclassification to FDI is prohibited in specific sector, RBI guidelines restrict FPI from, अगर आपका अलाउड ही नहीं है, मतलब आपकी कोई ऐसी कंपनी है जिसमें FDI अलाउड ही नहीं है, तो उस केस में FPI को भी अलाउ नहीं किया जाएगा to increase their share holdings above 10%. FPI must clearly state their intent to reclassify and provide necessary approvals to their custodian. तो अगर FPI चाहता है from FPI to FDI बनना तो उन्हें बताना होगा क्यों बनना चाह रहे हैं, उसके पीछे क्या टारगेट है, क्या चैलेंज है, क्या लुकआउट्स है, और उसके बाद अगर गवर्नमेंट अप्रूवल देगी तो गवर्नमेंट के अप्रूवल के बाद ही यू कैन एंजॉय दिस पर्टिकुलर बेनिफिट अंडर द कैटेगरी ऑफ FDI. अब RBI का जो डायरेक्टिव है वो क्यों आया? सर इट इज बेसिकली टू स्ट्रीमलाइन फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट, और इसके साथ साथ जो फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट है स्पेशली FPI वो ब्रीच ना करे द कंप्लायंसेस व्हिच इज रिलेटेड टू FDI. सो ये जो गाइडलाइंस है इन्हें मेंटेन करना होगा ताकि जो आपकी कंट्री में फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट है उसकी कंसिस्टेंसी बनी रहे और उसके साथ साथ उसका जो होल्ड है वो भी बना रहे. अब क्वेश्चन 2 है मेरे पास. पहला क्वेश्चन इस सारे आर्टिकल से, क्वेश्चन क्या है? व्हाट इज द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ FDI फॉर एन इंडियन इकोनॉमी? बहुत सारे फायदे जो मैं बता चुका हूं, शॉर्ट में बता रहा हूं. सर इट विल इंक्रीज फॉरेन ग्रोथ, कैपिटल इंक्रीज होगा, टेक्नोलॉजी इंक्रीज होगी, एक्सपर्टीज मिलेगी फ्रॉम द फॉरेन कंट्रीज. FDI इतना ही नहीं, इसके साथ साथ एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी क्रिएट करेगी. होस्ट कंट्री का मतलब जिस कंट्री में इन्वेस्टमेंट की जाती है, और इससे क्या होगा, अगर एम्प्लॉयमेंट इंक्रीज हो रही है तो ऑब्वियसली पॉवर्टी डिक्रीज होगी, ओवरऑल लिविंग स्टैंडर्ड्स इंक्रीज होंगे एंड ओवरऑल बेनिफिट होगा फॉर द इकोनॉमी. लेकिन सब बेनिफिट खेलते तो बहुत देर हो गई, बट आपने अभी तक कोई ऐसी बात नहीं की विच इज ऑन द नेगेटिव साइड. बट येस देयर इज अ पॉइंट. व्हाट आर द प्रॉब्लम्स विद फॉरेन पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टमेंट? सर द फॉरेन पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के साथ प्रॉब्लम क्या है? सबसे पहला, ये अनप्रिडिक्टेबल है. आज इन्वेस्टमेंट की कल वापस चले गए. दे आर प्रोन टू सडन आउटफ्लोज. आज आप भर भर के पैसा लाए, कल आप भर भर कर पैसा वापस ले गए. आप जब पैसा लेकर आए तब आपने हमारी मार्केट में डिमांड बढ़ाई, डिमांड बढ़ाने से हमारी शेयर मार्केट शूट कर गई. जिस दिन आप वापस जा रहे हैं आप भर भर के पैसा वापस ले गए, आपने सप्लाई इतनी ज्यादा बढ़ा दी कि हमारी मार्केट ही क्रैश हो गई. तो इसका मतलब इफ देयर इज ह्यूज इन्वेस्टमेंट डन इन अ कंपनी इन अ कंट्री under the category of FPI, not only the investment is volatile, it may result in a situation where your entire stock market is volatile and it is dependent majorly, or it may be dependent majorly on the foreign investment. तो इसे इग्नोर तो नहीं किया जा सकता, कंट्रोल किया जा सकता with the correct compliances and rules and regulations which have been initiated over the period of time. तो ये कुछ पॉइंट्स है. आशा करता हूं कि ये जो पूरे का पूरा आर्टिकल है समझ आया होगा, मजा आया होगा. अगली क्लास में फिर से मुलाकात होगी, लेकिन अगर आप चाहते हैं हर एक न्यूज को इतनी डिटेल में पढ़ना तो आज ही ज्वाइन करें हमारे लक्ष्य बैच को. यूज करिए कोड MADHAV इन ऑर्डर टू एंजॉय मैक्सिमम डिस्काउंट. ये बैच नहीं, ये सब्सक्रिप्शन है. ये वन स्टॉप सॉल्यूशन है फॉर ऑल दोज कैंडिडेट्स हु आर स्टिल इन अ डायलेमा और हु आर स्टिल डाउटफुल कि क्या मेरा RBI ग्रेड बी क्लियर होगा. मैं आपको वादा करता हूं इस बैच को ज्वाइन कर लीजिए. यू विल बी इन अ सिचुएशन, और आई वुड से यू विल बी इन अ पोजीशन टू से कॉन्फिडेंटली, मे बी आफ्टर 3 months after joining this particular batch, that yes sir, इस बार एग्जाम हो जाएगा. इस बार एग्जाम टफ नहीं है. We are going to clear this examination because of the content which is delivered to us, because of the live classes taken, the quizzes we have solved, the practice we have done for the descriptive section. all which you are going to do in this particular batch will ensure your selection in the upcoming RBI Grade B 2025 examination. So that will be all from my side, guys. We'll catch you in the upcoming sessions to go. Till then, ध्यान रखें, पढ़ते रहें और confident रहे, motivated रहे, so that you can clear the exam in the very first attempt. Good luck. God bless you all. हाँ, अगर किसी को इस सेशन की PDF चाहिए, that is available on my Telegram channel. You can join this channel by scanning the code, and I will be sharing the PDF of this session on my Telegram channel itself. ठीक है जी, तो आज के लिए बस इतना ही. अगली क्लास में फिर मुलाकात होगी. बाय बाय, टेक केयर, गुड लक, गुड नाइट, शबा खैर. बाय गाइस.